Hello, and welcome to Point and Drink Adventure, a podcast where we talk about the drinks and the media that we're consuming. I'm Pam, and with me, as always, is Michelle.
Hello. Look at my hair.
Hello, Michelle. I love your hair. You are giving Susan Sarandon.
I had a mission, and I feel like I've achieved that mission.
You have achieved it. I doubted. I was like, Michelle, your hair is very straight. But
it's amazing what a curling iron and a crap ton of product will do for you. And then when you do it, I didn't go outside. I'm like, no, but you're gonna go flat.
Don't go outside. No, just don't move too much. Don't lay down. Just stay still until it's recording time.
Yes. Look at us in our happy little green and pink lips. Yes. This is like our Easter theme, isn't it? Or
I guess it is. Yeah. I don't know if my color balance is off. This is black honey, so I mean maybe I'm looking a little more pink than normal, but
mine is definitely off balance because mine looks more red than pink, but mine is for sure pink. Okay. I was going for Easter. It's fine.
Yeah, it is. We are recording this on Good Friday, which is also like day 2 of my 6-day long weekend that I'm taking this weekend. So that's cool.
Yes. What exciting things are you doing for this long weekend, Pam?
What are we doing? Tomorrow, going out for dinner with my mom. We're going out for Thai food. On Easter evening, in celebration, not of Easter, but of 420, we're going to a screening of The Big Lebowski.
I've actually never seen that movie.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. I should watch it.
I've only seen it once before, but yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. And then, otherwise, just sort of hanging out, playing some Blueprints. We just finished a couple really good runs this evening.
That's good. I was playing Blueprints earlier. Pam and I are both playing Blueprints right now. I'm on day 15 as of today. And I had one really good run, but I am I want to get to the antechamber. I want to get there.
Yeah. I feel like we're not we've solved so many puzzles and we're figuring out so many things, but I don't feel particularly close to
I don't feel
being
close at
able
all.
to.
I feel like I don't know enough of the story at all. I know there's a bunch of things that you're reading about, the backstory, the family and stuff. And I feel like I have no information. I think I found 3 red letters out of 8 or something. And
we've only got 4, so yeah.
Just I got nothing. It's this guy, Simon, walking around a house. That's all I got.
Yep.
It's fine. Everything is fine.
What are we drinking today?
What are we drinking? Look at these fabulous... Okay, Pam's looks way better than mine. Also, mine looks frosted, and you're going to see lots of glare. Oh, that one's not bad. Oh, look at these. These are New York sours.
Yeah. Yes. Dylan made mine. He made it look so pretty.
He did. He did a very good job. Your layering is perfect. Mine is, saggy. I have a saggy layer. But what is in this thing? So it's pretty much just a whiskey sour, and you use egg white, so you get a little froth on the top. And then, so whiskey sour is 2 ounces of whiskey or rye whiskey or bourbon, 3/4 an ounce of simple syrup, ounce of lemon juice. You shake that bitch with some egg white, and then you top it with red wine. Delicious.
I love really it. Good. The red wine really adds a little pop to it. It's really nice.
Yeah, pop of color and really good. You wouldn't think a red wine in a cocktail like this would pair well at all. I'm using what's it called, a Beaujolais, so it's a nice light fruity wine. I wouldn't want to put something that's super oaky into this thing. Just a nice cheapo fruit forward little red thing. And yeah. Yeah, it's good. Mine is just a very fruit-forward Ontario red blend as well, so it works perfectly in this. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need something super fancy. It's I think mine was $13 whenever I got it, so super lovely and delicious, and I love this. We were going to do an actual wine, but both of us, it's Good Friday, and Pam was like, the liquor store closed. And I was like, well,
the liquor stores are closed. Yep. Pivot to something else. That's fine.
I'm kind of glad we did.
This is delicious. Me too. This is really good.
Yeah. I'm happy with this choice. Pam, you've watched so many. We have watched so many movies.
We have watched a lot of movies.
And a lot of the movies we've seen together and one we didn't watch together. But a lot of movies were like, I feel like I like this theme we're going on. Like all the movies we watch together, we talk about later. Because we actually don't even talk about them when we're done with it. I love it.
That's true. We save it for the podcast.
So, Pam, what have you been watching?
So the first movie I watched is Possessor, which is directed by Brandon Cronenberg. It is a 2020 movie. It's a really cool concept where it's about this assassin, basically, but she goes into the body of someone near the target. She like takes over their body and uses them to get close and do the kill. So she's sort of working for this woman who's trying to make her into the perfect assassin and be able to like seamlessly integrate into someone else's body and pull off the job and then, you know, come back to Earth. And it's really cool. Like I really like the whole idea of it, of sort of like plugging into someone else when we see her do a kill or two and then she gets this new target and things start getting a little wonky because the person they're taking over is still kind of in there a little bit. So there can be a bit of a battle. And as you would expect from a Cronenberg, there's some interesting body stuff.
Is it like the Cell where they're like having a moment in the brain and they have to talk it out, like they're battling it out internally? Is it like that?
I mean, they're mostly in like real life situations, just in the real world. Like it's not like Cell-like fantasy scenarios, but
oh darn, no more hot Jennifer Lopez and crazy outfits, because that was the best part, but that's fine. So did you like the movie?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was very impressive. I enjoyed the story a lot, and it was just like very stylishly done.
Do you feel like the son of David Cronenberg, what'd you say his name, Brian or Adam? David?
Brandon.
One of
those. One of those boy names, you know.
Boy names, I don't know. Do you feel like he is of the same style as his father? Like he's just like going along that same train, or does he like have his own uniqueness?
I think he's fairly similar, especially like how David Cronenberg's movies have been sort of like his more modern ones, like more along the lines of those. I think he also did Infinity Pool, which I watched a while ago as well. So, yeah. So sort of some like social commentary mixed with body horror and
Nice. Good for him, doing his own thing. Nothing like a little nepotism.
Nepotism. I'm pretty sure his daughter is also making films. So, yeah.
Every time I hear, like, I think of the word nepotism, I think of the movie First Wives Club and the daughter going to the dad, Daddy, have a little nepotism. Why don't you hire me?
It is amazing how many people who, like, you don't even know it at first. And then it's like, oh, nope, there's somebody's daughter or son or, like, it's everywhere.
Yep, it's everywhere. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. What else have you watched, or what have you watched to start with?
So the first one we'll talk about is Umbrellas of Cherbourg. We watched this together. This is one of our Tuesday night happy little go lucky movies, and this is a musical from 1960 something. I wish I did put the years on here. It's fine, and it stars Catherine Deneuve as this cute little 17-year-old living in Cherbourg, France, and she helps her mom at the umbrella store, and she is in love. Oh my God. She is obsessed with this boy. Yes. Obsessed. And they want to get married. They want to do all these things, but he's got to go off into war. And so it's really a story about their relationship and how they have to quickly grow up and figure life out and figure out, okay, what's going to be best for me right now versus long term, essentially. And it's all music.
All music.
All music. The whole fucking thing. Every single line is sung. Which I also learned is not even her singing. So I'm like, you were just there for looks
really?
then? Yeah, it was not her singing.
Interesting.
Oh, I'm like, what did you do then?
Huh.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. What do you think of this movie, Pam?
So there were some things I really liked. I loved all of the wallpaper in every home. They're just like these ridiculously bright, colorful wallpaper patterns that just contrasted against the bright, colorful clothes that they were wearing. And it was all very over the top and nice. I also really enjoyed the way the story went. So at first I was like, okay, it's either going to be a happy ever after or there's going to be some kind of tragedy. And it was more just like
real life.
Yeah. I really like the way that they ended it. Although I have to say that when I heard it was a musical, I was like, oh, yay, because I love musicals. But there's no songs in it. They're just singing everything. And I did find the music got pretty grating after a few songs. Like
yeah, songs. Yeah. Songs is the operative word. Yeah, I absolutely agree. I'm not a fan of these kind of musicals. And again, I knew it was this kind, but at least I thought like there'd be some memorable song. Like at least in like Les Mis, like I don't like Les Mis at all because of they sing the whole fucking time. But at least in Les Mis, you know that there's a couple songs you're like, I know that one. Like, or I like that song that it has a nice beat. This one has none of that. This is almost feels like the same cadence the whole time. Yeah. It's very strange. Very beautiful. Fucking gorgeously shot. But oh my God, that the way it is sung and done is just like, why is this so long? And it's only an hour and a half.
Yeah, definitely. It did seem very one note. Like it seemed like there was like, it was always, just slightly chipper, even when it was very sad or I could have done with less singing.
Yep, absolutely. And when we were watching this with Dylan as well, and then he mentioned La La Land, and I was like, it clicked in me. I was like, this is exactly La La Land. Just a modern, La La Land is a modern version of this. Like, almost the exact same.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never seen La La Land. But...
It's wild. When he said that, I was like, oh my God. Yes. Even like the bright colors and the beautiful outfit. I mean, her outfits were amazing. The makeup was so on fucking point, and the set design was absolutely gorgeous. Like everything about this movie visually is wonderful. Just the music is not great. Sucks.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Yeah. But I still enjoyed it. I still liked watching it. I thought it was a great experience, but I would definitely not watch it again.
No, me neither.
No. But that's okay. What else have you been watching, Pam?
So another one that we watched together was Robinson Crusoe on Mars, which I think is a 1964 movie.
Yes.
And it's basically the story of Robinson Crusoe, except he's on Mars.
On Mars.
And he's an astronaut. They're going to Mars. He lands on the planet. His friend, Adam West, who was on the spaceship with him, sadly does not survive his landing. So Robinson Crusoe just needs to survive as long as he can. And also he has a monkey friend.
The monkey, our favorite part of this movie. Yeah,
the monkey was the best part of the movie.
The monkey was the best part of the movie. Yeah, this is very much a sci-fi, really cool set design. Some of the sets clearly used in Star Trek, the original series. So much so I'm like, this is... There's at one point I'm like, where's my rock penis? Because there's an episode where Kirk is holding a rock that looks like a penis, and I wanted that in this movie so badly. But unfortunately, no rock penis. But the sets are really nicely shot, and it's really, I think, aged very well visually. Except for the aliens, they have the same shot, the spaceship aliens, like 15
same
times.
Shot over and over and over.
Over and over again with the same sound effects. I'm like, okay, I get it, kids. we don't need to keep doing this. But overall, kind of boring.
Kind of boring, yeah. I mean, it's this man and his monkey. Eventually, he meets another guy Friday on the planet. But yeah, the monkey was 90% of the entertainment because it was cute and it was doing its own little monkey things. But mostly it was just, a dude on a planet finding food, finding water, figuring out how to make fire. Like, when we watched the special features, because you had the Criterion edition, they had a trailer, and the trailer was like a 5-minute long trailer, but it just perfectly encapsulated the entire movie. It's like, yep, that's what happened, except in 2 hours.
Yep. We should have just watched the trailer. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was still a fun watch. I mean, like, the monkey had cute little monkey panties, his little like merkin, because they didn't want monkey merkin because they didn't want to show any monkey bits on the screen. So the monkey, at some points, you could see it was little panties. It was fur panties. It was so cute. And yeah, it was fine. Visually, again, another movie that was visually really great. And then just meh.
Yeah, for sure.
We got a theme going on. I don't know what the hell's happening. But it's fine. It's fine. Would you watch this movie again, Pam?
No,
I
wouldn't watch it again.
No, not at all. But it was fun. Yeah. I enjoyed it.
It was. Yeah. What else did we watch?
What else did we watch? Oh my God.
Yeah.
We're blowing through these. I love this for me. We also watch, we're on like a sci-fi kick. And I know that you've never watched Pitch Black. And I was like, what? Mm-hmm. That's like classic, I feel like, at this point, even though that's like 2003. That's not as old. But like Vin Diesel's major first groundbreaking role of him playing the convent who gets his eyes fixed so he can see in the dark, and they crash land on this planet that's like the desert and its sun, but oh no, the eclipse is coming. So Vin Diesel's a convent, as I said, and he's being
isn't his name
Riddick? Yes.
Yeah.
The whole second movie is called his name. Yeah. Jesus Christ, Michelle. Yes. So Riddick is a convict, and he has his eyes shined up so he can see in the dark. And he's being transported with this like group of people because apparently they can't have another ship to transport convents. They got to put him on with other people, which is very strange to me. But so they end up having to crash land on this planet, and they're trying to find a way out. And then an eclipse comes and monsters come out. That's literally the story.
Monsters. That's the whole story. Yeah.
That's the whole story. It's very simple. It's very concise. Visually, I think this, again, is great visually. Yeah. Especially for its time, too, and the budget that they have. Like, the way it's so saturated whenever the sun is out, and then when it gets dark, like, obviously they're using, like, light to include, like, more blue aspects of it when it's, like, shaded blue and it looks really dark. But I think this is a fun movie. Very unexpected how the ending is. I won't spoil it. But what'd you think of it, Pam? Because you've never watched it before. I've seen this a lot.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good, space action movie. I mean, sort of, bordering on horror, but more of a space action movie. Like, definitely more aliens than Alien. So
yes. Oh, yes, definitely. We're definitely on the, like, we're going to blast through these things and whatever. Yeah, for sure. But
yes, I liked a lot of the characters. I liked how most of them went in and out of an Australian accent.
Yeah, nobody was acting great in this movie at all.
No, the acting wasn't the best stuff. But there was just some really fun action scenes. I really liked the whole idea behind and the look of the monsters in it. They were really cool. So I thought it was a fun movie.
Yeah. Fun times. I mean, I feel like you don't get that anymore. Like a fun sci-fi action horror-esque movie. Although that's a lot of genres pulled into one. But I feel like you don't get that anymore. Where's my fun sci-fi? Somebody needs to create a fun sci-fi movie for nowadays. Give it to me. Yeah. I need it.
Yeah.
What else have you been watching, Pam?
What else did I watch? Oh, I watched Heretic, which is Did I not log this? Oh, you dummy, you didn't log it.
Oh, no.
It's a newer movie with Hugh Grant in it. And it's about these two young Mormon women, and they're going around doing their Mormon stuff, trying to bring the good word about Jesus to everyone. So they're visiting people, and one person they visit is Hugh Grant, and he invites them in. It's like, I'd love to hear about Jesus. Why don't you girls come in? And they're like, oh, well, we can't be in there with just you. He's like, oh, my wife, she's baking a pie. She'd love to meet you. It's like, okay. And then it just gets rather uncomfortable as you realize this man does not have the best of intentions. And
does
there's
he actually have a wife?
No, he doesn't have a wife.
Okay. I was like, is there an actual wife in there? Okay, sorry. I had to punch that in. Okay, keep going. Sorry.
As sort of they keep realizing that the things that he's saying aren't true, and he seems to really get off on challenging them. Like he's like a Reddit atheist, just wanting to be like, I'm so much smarter than you. What would your Jesus say about this? Like, you know.
I love that description, the Reddit atheist. That's the best.
So I really enjoyed the first half of the movie where that was basically it. And then it sort of escalates beyond that. And I found the escalation was like, okay. But I really liked everyone in it. Sophie Thatcher was in it. The other girl, I wasn't familiar with her. I don't know her name, but I actually ended up really liking her in it as well. And it was really cool to see Hugh Grant, like the guy who plays the romantic lead and everything. And, just being a total fucking creep. Like,
I love that for him. Like, diversify a little bit, especially like, this is a more recent movie you said, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that because you gotta do something. Yeah. What do I know him from? Love Actually? Freaking the one with Julia Roberts?
Notting Hill.
Notting Hill,
yes. In a Funeral. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Him being a creepo when he's older. Yes, I love that for him. That somehow makes sense. Weird.
Yeah. It was fun. I liked it a lot.
Interesting.
And it was also kind of like, I don't know, and I'm just obsessed with blueprints, but there was a few things in it that was like, gave me little like Blueprints vibes.
I can't wait when we actually beat Blueprints and then we can actually really talk about it. And it's going to be a spoilery talk that when we had talked about Blueprints. Absolutely. I love that because I'm also thinking about other things in Blueprints in real life too. So we're the worst.
What else did you watch?
So, movie we did not watch together. Shocking. I watched Amadeus. Have you ever seen Amadeus?
Once a very long time ago. I don't remember it very well.
I love this movie. I was just in a mood and I was like, you know what? I want to rewatch Amadeus. And I know I've already seen it before, but I'm going to talk about it. I don't care. Everything's fine. So, Amadeus is about Amadeus Mozart. And they even had that stupid 80s song, Amadeus, Amadeus, Amadeus. I don't even know if that was really for this movie or it just happened to be at the same time. I don't know. But every time I think of this movie and then I think that like that song is going to be in this movie and it's totally not. It's a very kind of weirdly serious, but also kind of has a lot of levity to it. So Amadeus Mozart, him in the 1700s, and he is a kooky fucking dude.
He is.
He has a dirty mind. I think is what honestly, like, there are some accounts that he was somewhat like this. I mean, there are some songs that he wrote, part of his operas and musical stuff, that of like, suck my butthole or things like that. Like he wrote those lyrics in songs and such. So he was a kooky fucking dude. But he is obviously Amadeus Mozart. Everybody knows who that is. And about him and his ridiculous laugh.
Oh, this is funny.
And him being a saucy little boy And it's about this other composer in the court of Vienna, Salieri, who is actual composer. And he meets Mozart and has these high expectations of him because he hears nothing of this boy who created a full opera at age 5. He was like performing for all these things by the time he was 10. He's like this savant with music. And then he meets him and he's just a dirty, horny little dude. And he becomes so disappointed. And he sees him as such a rival and sees such competitiveness, which is only really within himself, that he creates this because he wants to be the greatest. He pledges himself to God. He's like, God, I will give up everything for you. I give up my chastity. I give up everything in order for you to bless me with music because I love it so much. And then he's like, cool. God's like, yeah, you can do good. That's cool. And he does well, but then he sees how Mozart is. And he's like, the fuck, God? What the hell? You bless this fucking douchebag over here? Well, I'm over here, like, not having sex and living this life while he's over here being an asshat? Oh, my God. So he just...
Wait, does he actually talk to God?
Well, not God. God doesn't talk back, but he definitely talks to God. Like, I'm praying to God. Okay. And so he sort of, he works his way to sort of sabotage Mozart. But one of my favorite scenes is actually, like, because Salieri respects him so much, Mozart, at one point, Mozart is very ill. He dies. He actually dies when he's like 36. So he dies pretty young. And he is helping him finish his, what is it? Like your magnum opus, you know, this big opera. He's trying to help him finish. And one of my favorite scenes is Mozart is laying in bed, just clearly just like strung out. Like, I'm sick as a dog. And he is dictating to Salieri what to write down for this to complete the opera. And he's like, okay, F minor, this, the oboes come in at this pace and this, like, just words. They're not even like A, B, C, or A, D, E, like the notes. And they know the composition and the tempo and the tone. Oh my God, it's so good. It's like the best. So Salieri really does like want to also help him at some points, but at the same time, he's kind of fucking evil in a way. But it's a great movie. It's fucking long. Like, pushing 3 hours, but I feel like it's one of those movies that 3 hours goes by pretty fast.
Yeah.
You know, like it's so well done, well paced, and I love it. It's such a great movie. I love it. It's a fun one.
Yeah. I don't know who plays Mozart, but he's just such a weird little dude.
He's a weird little dude. I don't know his name either. I feel like he really just did this and maybe like a couple other things and like sort of maybe not fell off the acting scene because I think maybe he did like other things on the back end. But yeah, great dude. Not great dude. Yeah. I don't know if he's an actual great dude. Great casting. But yeah, watch Amadeus. What else have you watched, Pam? I'm already running out of drink.
Yeah, me too. So I mostly been watching horror lately, and another one that I watched is called Saint Maud. This is from 2019. It's directed by Rose Glass, who I didn't know this until afterwards, but she also did Love Lies Bleeding, which I talked about a while ago, which I loved, with Kristen Stewart.
Oh yeah, we watched that. I watched that too.
Yeah. Yeah. So this one is about a young girl named Maud, or she's calling herself Maud. She is a nurse, like a private caretaker kind of nurse, and she's recently found God. And it's just about her dealing with that and feeling like she's been chosen and wanting to save the people she's working with. The person that she's caretaking for is like an aging starlet. She is a dancer who I think now has cancer or something. So she's in basically palliative care with Maud taking care of her. And Maud is convinced that she's going to be able to save her soul and, bring her to God. And it's just kind of about a slow descent into madness and religious fervor on her part. It's sort of like, it's pretty slow moving. Like, it's a tight 85 minutes, which is nice.
85!
But like,
wow!
But it's a slow moving, kind of like slow burn, just like, what's she gonna do? Like, she's gonna snap at some point, right? So it's kind of like waiting for something to happen a lot of the time. But I really enjoyed how it was a very kind of like internal madness and punishment rather than like a external violence kind of movie.
Interesting. Yeah, I remember liking Love Lies Bleeding a lot too. So does she have that same sort of like visual style where things like you visually like in the movie you see visually, and Love Lies Bleeding, visually how the one woman goes into madness, like because she like gets really big.
Yeah.
Like that kind of same style.
Yeah, it's the same sort of thing. So you see sort of how Maud is seeing herself and how she's seeing the world. And I feel like it's a little more heavy-handed in this than I feel like it kind of got refined a bit more for Love Lies Bleeding. But yeah, the same sort of like what they're seeing in their mind.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I think I've had this on my list for a while too. And my backlog's insanely huge, but it's fine. But yeah, very cool. I like this director a lot. She does, because I do like Love Lies Bleeding, and if you like this one, then it's like, yeah, the visual like crazy thing into madness. I love that. Also, I feel like we have a theme this episode where we're really into God this time.
We're into God this time. Yeah, that's true. Speaking of God, what's our next movie?
Oh my God. So we are now nuns, Pam. We're nuns. We need cute little like nun little things to cover our hair so we'll never have to do this with my hair again.
Yeah.
And we're just like, God, please. I don't know. I don't know what to pray to her to God. So we watched Black Narcissus, which is a movie from 1948, 47-ish, which is a Powell and Pressburger movie. Which Powell and Pressburger also did like The Red Shoes, which is also a very famous movie. This stars Deborah Carr as a nun from Ireland who gets sent to northern India near the Himalayas in order to start a school, church thing, hospital thing up in the mountains in northern India. And she takes with her a couple other nuns, obviously. It's not just her. So it's like 6 or 7 of them. And as they are there, because this place is so remote and it has something in the air about it, it hints at whenever they first arrived there, monks were there 6 months prior and they only lasted 5 months. So anybody religious for God does not last long because of this place and its history and something spooky in the air that makes you descend. It makes you remember. It makes you remember your guilt. It makes you have anxiety. It brings you into madness. And that's what this story is about. Nuns going into madness.
Nuns going mad. Yes.
Yes. Again, this is one of those movies, like the many other ones that I've mentioned before, that visually speaking, fucking gorgeous. Oh my God. The matte paintings are absolutely incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, just the purple and the sky. And even there was one matte painting where the clouds were moving. Like, it was gorgeous. Purples and blues all over the place. Even like the aspect ratios. There's one shot that looks down a cliff on top of the bell so you can see the depth of how far it is and how remote it is. And it's just beautiful. Everything is shot beautifully. That's like one of the trademarks for Powell and Pressburger movies is they are colorful, especially for 48. Like that's super early and they are like popping in your face color. What do you think of this movie, Pam?
So this is one where I liked it. I like the end more than the beginning.
Yes.
As opposed to most movies. So it was a little slow in the beginning, I found. Just nuns going around their nun business. Also, the man who, gets some of them in a tizzy, and like, him? But
really? Hot pants over here wearing his booty shorts and his awful freaking straw cap?
Awful hat, yeah. So, yeah, I like, honestly, I was kind of uninterested for, like, at least the first half. And then once it got things, is it Ruth? Sister Ruth? Is she the fun one?
She's the fun one.
Yeah. Once she sort of started to lose it, I liked it more. Her makeup was amazing. I loved the makeup jobs that they did on her. And then it got a bit more exciting. It was, it was a strange movie, like seeing Gene Simmons just in
brown face,
not speaking, just like.
I think this was like her first movie she did. And she was like 17 maybe whenever this was filmed. So yeah, definitely early Gene Simmons and not the Gene Simmons from Kiss. No.
Not that one. Yeah. But what do you think? Had you seen it before?
I had seen it in college. We watched this in college at film school. And I remember it visually being very striking. And I remember loving the ending and the colors and how it was shot, especially like the climax of the movie. It's really only 10 minutes at most.
Yeah.
It's very short. But the way it is like escalates and progresses into those moments, I'm like, this is just the movie right here. It's like, it's so well done. And her makeup and she's like, she gets so much hotter when she's sweaty.
Yeah. She does. But she just looks strung out. She looks way better.
Yeah, strung out. So I remember the ending vividly. And I've seen it like at least twice, I believe, as I've watched it since I got the Criterion. But again, it's been like 15 fucking years. So it is much slower than I remember it being. And I always just remember that ending. It just stuck in my brain. So, yeah, I agree. It's definitely a slow boy. But for those 10 minutes, man, it's some good movie watching. Just got to get there.
I find that a lot with movies around this era. Like some of the Hitchcocks that I've watched lately, it just sort of like plods along and then it's like bam, it's like
yeah, and then it's like over so fast and they're like we're done, moving on. It's like okay, I guess
we could have had more of that for a little bit, but
it's fine. Okay, yeah, I agree too, and maybe that it could be of this era, you know what I mean, but still for those 10 minutes great movie watching. But yeah, I agree. It's just kind of meh. But gorgeous meh. Gorgeous meh. Yes. What's the last movie you watched, Pam? I'm not going to lie. I have about 20 minutes left in this movie. But I'm going to talk about it like I know what I'm talking about.
All right. So the last one is Species, which is from 1995. This is about an alien-human hybrid who gets kind of spliced and bred and kept in a lab. At the beginning, she's just a child, and they're like, oh, we're going to kill her for some reason. Ben Kingsley is the man in charge of this project. There's a lot of actors in this.
There's so many star-stradded ass actors. Oh my God.
But when she's, her life is threatened, her survival instincts kick in, she escapes, and then she turns into Natasha Henrich, and she decides she needs to mate.
She needs
to find a man to mate with. So Ben Kingsley gathers this group of questionable carefully selected people to track her down. We have an empath, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, he is like the super empath. Like,
Jesus Christ. Every line he says is like, duh. Like, are you getting paid for this? Like, she's scared. Like, it's like an entire movie. His entire character is the end of Starship Troopers, where it's like, what's she feeling? And fucking Doogie Howser is psychic, and he's like, she's afraid. Like, Alfred Molina, who I thought he was a psychologist, and I think he might have actually been an anthropologist.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what he really did besides, like, say, a couple sociology things, but his contribution's kind of minimal besides towards
minimal.
The end.
Marg Helgenberger is a some kind of biologist. Molecular biologist.
Thank you, Dylan.
And then Michael Madsen, is he a cop?
He's a government hitman.
Yeah, he's a government hitman. Yeah.
So yeah, these people all go after her while she's just selecting men and deciding they're not good enough to breed with. And yeah, I love how this is like a ragtag group of people to find her, and the way they go to try to find her is absolutely ridiculous. She is absolutely ridiculous. She just walks around topless. I would say at least 50% of the time she's on screen. She just wants to have sex, but only if you are like a good male partner. Yeah. Like if you have diabetes or anything, like she will sniff you out and be like, no, not good enough for this. Not good enough.
Or if another woman steps in and becomes a threat, she's just gonna get rid of that woman and then not go back to that man. I don't know, whatever. This movie is ridiculous.
It's very silly. It's a very silly movie. The script is very bad. The best part is that Giger was working on it. So so you see her as just a hot lady, but then occasionally she sees herself in her mind and she's just like these weird mechanical tentacly
Giger-esque. Yes. She's obviously very Giger.
There's a train, like a Giger train in it. So those parts are really cool, but the actual events of the movie are pretty stupid.
They're so stupid. It's so ridiculous. Well, there's one scene where she drives a car off a cliff, gets out of the car and has it explode, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. It's very
so
silly.
It's so dumb. I loved it.
She was in the hot tub with that one guy, and then they're there for 5 minutes, and then one of the CSI taxers there's no semen in this hot tub. How do you know that?
He's I love Alfred Molina's we got to test to see if they had sex. I'm like, how do you know if they had sex? Is there semen in the tub? Is there semen, I don't know, halfway
did you just look and you just spot it in there?
Yeah. It's a hot tub. It's disintegrated into whatever after 5 minutes. Oh my God. It's hilarious how bad, but also entertain. I was fully entertained through this whole fucking thing. Again, I'm only 20 minutes left because my sister called me and I had to pause the fucking thing. Otherwise, I would have finished it. But I know where this is going. I was having a fun time. Did you like it?
I mean, I had a good enough time with it. Yeah. It's bad, but it's bad. It's fun enough.
It's bad. It's definitely bad. It's not good. And Michael Madsen.
Oh, and some of the CGI and stuff is just
it's so bad. When she cuts off her finger and it regrows her finger, I'm like
it's not very good.
It's not good at all.
No.
Oh my God. I confused this because whenever I asked you about this movie, because I saw it on the list, I confused it with Mimic. So, my bad.
Yeah, we were also talking about Mimic. That I don't think I've seen that one though. But
I feel like I've seen that recently. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it was part of Watch Party? I don't know. Either way. Guillermo del Toro one, I think.
Yeah. It's him.
I feel like that was really dark. Like, you know when the movies are just like really, really dark?
Like visually dark?
Yeah, visually dark.
Oh, okay.
Like you can't see a fucking thing. And I'm like, what are we doing here, kids? And you know it's just because to save budget on CGI.
Makeup and CGI, yeah.
But yeah, Species, fun times.
Yeah. Right. I think that's it for movies. Do you want to take a drink break?
Abso-fucking-lutely I want to take a drink break. I finished this I feel like forever ago. I need to make another one, which will take me 2 minutes at least. All right, BRB, bye. Let's talk about some games, Pam, and that lovely little drink you have that we have made. What games have you been playing?
So the first game that I finished, I actually feel like I have less games than normal to talk about.
I mean, there's 3.
You know. So I played The Last Campfire, which I just found out is by Hello Games. It was the makers of No Man's Sky, so they made that big behemoth game, and then they're like, we're just going to make this nice little 4-hour puzzle game.
Oh, good for them. Like they knew. They learned from their mistakes. It's like, I'm not going to create another open world bullshit where we release it and it's going to be a hot garbage and it's going to take us 5 years for us to make it good. Good on them.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think this was like 2020 or something. And you just play this little guy. The story, I don't generally care about story unless it's like a story game. But he seems to be going around finding these remnants, embers, something. These people, and they all seem depressed, and they'll just seem to need his help to get sort of unstuck. Some of them, don't want his help at the moment, but he's just going through this little world, and you can find new paths and like open up new ways to get places, and you're basically trying to find these little dudes and save them. So every time you find one of them, it's some kind of puzzle. So it might be pushing, rolling things around, or hitting blocks, or taking snake-like things to push them on buttons and things. At first I was like, oh no, block puzzles, but then it was okay. I really liked the sort of overworld area. It was very fun to get along in. The art is very beautiful, and the puzzles are just like satisfying. Like nothing was overly challenging, but it was all just sort of like a nice little game to play. I was really just looking for something short, and I found it. It was short and sweet.
Nice. Okay, because everything is going to be a comparison of puzzle style to Blueprints. Is it as convoluted and mysterious as Blueprints? Or is it like, up in your face, this is the answer?
Definitely not nearly as convoluted. Like, if I had to compare it to anything, it would be like if you made Zelda, like one of the overhead Zeldas, like a puzzle game instead of a combat-y game. So
nice. And no combat whatsoever? You just walk around? Happy little dude?
You just walk around, do things. Sometimes you have to like pick up an item and move it somewhere, or talk to a character, get them to follow you. But no, mostly it's just fairly self-contained little puzzles to do.
Oh, great. And it's visually appealing. We
cute.
love that. And 4 hours. God. I love a good 4-hour jaunt sometimes. Oh.
They're so nice.
They're so nice. I love a short game. Even though in my youth, all I wanted was long games. Now, short. Love it.
Yes.
Nice. Good for the people who made No Man's Sky. Good for them for doing something different.
Yeah.
I love that.
What have you played?
Oh, so I was on a rush to beat this fucking game because I was like, I had 0 games. Okay, I have one other game that we both beat. So I technically didn't count that in my head because I was like, I have to talk about something my own, right? Oh my God. So I've been playing Silent Hill 3 on stream, and I was getting towards the end. I had a couple margaritas this past Sunday, and I stream on Sundays after you, and that boss was a struggle after 2 margaritas. I was beaten, so that was a struggle. But anywho, I played Silent Hill 3, which I had only played Silent Hill 2 Remake prior. I have not played the original Silent Hill, which I know you played, and I have not played the OG Silent Hill 2. I only played just the remake. And so Silent Hill 3 is really more a continuation of Silent Hill 1. You play as Heather, who technically is the child from the first one at the end of the first one. Oh my God, spoilers. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's old. Everybody knows this.
Your replacement baby from the end of the first game.
Yes, your replacement baby Cheryl, who's also Alyssa and is now Heather. It's not confusing at all. It's fine. And then when you get towards the end of the game, she's like, I am all these people. I'm like, what?
Oh.
Okay. Okay, lady. But so you play as Heather, who your dad, Harry? Right, it's Harry, right? In the first game? Harry. And you're like just this teenager walking around the mall and some creepy dude's following you. And you all of a sudden head into this like deep, dark world of existence. As you do in Silent Hill, you get into the dark zone. And then you have to figure out why and what you are and why you keep going into this dark world and why these people are coming after you and why the crazy bitch Claudia keeps showing up and trying to be like, you're God. God wants us to do what is up with us and God lately? God wants to cleanse the earth of blah, blah, blah and makes this place a perfect place. And you're just like, as Heather's the best protagonist in the Silent Hill series. By far. Yeah. By far. This sassy bitch talks back. She goes, God doesn't give a shit about that. And you're like, I love you. She wields a katana. She wields a shotgun. She has a semi-automatic weapon. You know, it's fucking amazing versus the other 2 fucking dads in the fucking first 2 who just wield a pipe. No. Freaking Heather wields a fucking mace on top of a huge stick, and you can go through that just going, the whole fucking time. I did
see some of that.
Fucking love it. Have you ever played Silent Hill 3?
Nope.
No? Oh. It's by far, I don't know if it's better for me than the 2 remake, because 2 remake does have some, like, obviously quality of life things and stuff, whatever. But protagonist-wise and story-wise, fuck yeah. Silent Hill 3 all fucking day. Yes. Heather kicks ass. She's sassy. She gives 0 fucks. You go up to a bookshelf and it'd be like, nothing special.
Nothing special.
Nothing special. From the first 2. Heather's was like, why the fuck am I don't care about this. She literally goes, I don't give a shit about these books on the shelf. There's nothing interesting for me here. I'm like, I love you. So yeah, Heather is the protagonist. She's sassy. We love her. And the story is very well done. You have additional characters like Vincent, who's a fucking creepo. Douglas, who follows you around as a cop. And he's like, honestly, I don't know why Douglas follows you around, but he's a fucking creepo. Claudia, who's the evil cult lady. And all the crazy baddies that you face in this world. And it's incredibly well done. Is it aged well? Oh, God. Thank God when I streamed it. Because when you first start off, it's tank control. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
But if I went to options and changed it to... It's weird because it's like you were in 3D, like visual. You change it to 2D, no longer tank control. I mean, you still have that static camera. And it's like very strange and hard to control. But if I push forward, I'm walking forward. Versus,
I go forward.
Yes. So I was like,
does it change like the actual camera like view, or does it just change the control scheme?
It does change the view. You can push like left trigger in order to flip the camera around to
flip around,
face forward, which is very disorienting and it doesn't work as great, but at least you can fucking do it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
At least it's there and I don't have to just be like, oh, around the corner. Whatever.
Yeah.
There was one boss, my margarita boss, that the camera you could not flip around. It was more top down than anything. And that bitch, fucking boss, had a gun at one point. And you can't, like, if she's off screen, she's shooting at you and you just go, huh! And then you lay there for 10 minutes. Like, when Heather goes down, she literally just lays there and goes, fuck. Then gets up. And then
just thinks about her life.
Yes.
Like,
I'm like, oh my God, this bitch is really laying there. Oh my God. Then she gets up. So then it's really annoying when you get knocked down. And it's annoying with that boss because you can't tell where this fucking bitch is. And you're on a fucking carousel. And there's just like hiding behind fucking horsey boys. And so super fucking annoying. Again, also had 2 margaritas. So that might have had something to do with like my playability of the boss. But it's fine. Overall, fucking great. Loved this game. Best Silent Hill, especially if they remade it.
How are the puzzles?
So you can actually switch the level of difficulty in the puzzles. So you can go easy, medium, or hard. I chose medium, which is normal mode or whatever. And they weren't bad. I liked them. They weren't overly difficult. There was like a couple of them I was like, okay, I just need to go find like the one thing to the thing. Okay, that's fine. And of course you have stream with you to help. Like the one last puzzle was a little confusing to be like, because it's a poem. And of course you have to figure out where to put the cards are based on the poem. So I'm just like putting them all over the place. I don't fucking know what you mean. It's a fucking archaic poem here. But otherwise they were pretty good. Like there was at no point I felt super stuck at all.
Oh, that's good.
And for me, that's pretty good because I'm real bad at puzzles. Even though, like, I know you'll be like, no, you're Michelle, you're fine. No. Michelle's not great at puzzles. I get very impatient. But this was like, it's pretty good. There's nothing super, like, if there was like a body hanging upside down with a pool of blood underneath. And then the game is also very helpful when it knows you have to pick up something, and you walk near it. It immediately changes the angle, and Heather moves her head to look at it too.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, so there's like a visual indicator, be like, there's something there for me to fucking look at, and it changes the whole perspective. So you're like, there's something in this spot that I need to pick up. So I can't absolutely miss it, but it's like in your face, bitch, there's something here.
That's cool. I like when there's those little visual indicators.
So helpful versus like I'm just sitting here mashing, walking around, mash. I mean, I was doing that anyways because I'm obsessive, but that little cue and indicator, so helpful. So fucking helpful. Nice. So highly recommend. Unfortunately, I think it's only available on PS2 and PS3. PS3, apparently the version is a little bit different. The voice acting is hilariously bad.
Oh, no.
So bad. It's great. Vincent and Douglas, terrible. Heather's great. I loved Heather as a voice actor. Fucking Vincent and like, what do you mean? I've got to do that? Oh my God. Like it's so bad. I loved it. It's great. Highly recommend. Now I'm gonna go play like Shattered Memories and other bullshit ones. Whoa. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah. What else have you been playing, Pam?
So leave the ones we played together till the end. So the next one I beat is South of Midnight, and this is a brand new game. It just came out this month. It came out on Xbox. And it is one of those, action adventure narrative kind of linear-ish games. So like, I don't know, like an Uncharted or like, you know, something like that. Actually, the game that it reminded me most of while I was playing was Banishers Ghost of New Eden in a number of ways, which I played recently. You play a young woman whose name I now completely forget because I'm horrible at names. She's a track star. I think she's a high school student. She's living sort of like in the deep South America, and her mother, there's a hurricane coming, and her mother is in their trailer getting stuff ready to go to the church to like bunker down and stay safe. And the trailer basically gets swept away down the river. So her mother goes down the river and you end up following her, and you find out that you are here's where my name recognition goes out the window. I think you find out you're a weaver, so someone who can kind of like see the threads of the world and interact with them, and you start seeing all these cool monsters and all of these cool like folklore monsters. So like some are like monsters you fight, and some are people who have kind of turned into these monstrous beings who you want to help. So it's a fairly standard formula. I think there's like 6 chapters where you're going down, finding out the story of this particular monster you're fighting as you're trying to find your mom and save her. And I really liked it. I mean, you can kind of tell by the fact that it came out and I had finished it within a week. So I liked it a lot. Like, the visuals are very cool. Everything looks great. Just like all of the monsters and vegetation. There's little animals everywhere, which kind of give you hints about where to go off and like find little bonuses or little lore items. There's always just like little rabbits or foxes, and they're just kind of watching you or lurking around you. And it's, I mean, gameplay wise, it's very like kind of standard. Like, it's not really doing anything new, but it does everything in a very like satisfying, well-paced way. So you're going through this place and you're doing, you know, a little bit of exploring, looking for like, oh, here's a tiny little upgrade, or here's a little lore item, with some platforming. So you have like a double dash and an air jump. Sometimes you're climbing walls, and then you get into a little combat arena and you fight through a few things, and then maybe there's a little cutscene and you go explore some more. So it's just like a very nice, like, you're never doing any one thing for too long. It's very nicely been like story, fighting, exploring, story, fighting, exploring.
How long did it take you?
Probably 12-ish hours, maybe 12, 14. Yeah. Like a nice length.
And how was the combat? Was it like engaging, or was it just like just another, like it just felt okay, just another thing to get through?
The combat got better as it went. Like at first it was a little bit boring. Once you got your full suite of abilities, it was decent. Like, I wouldn't say I looked forward to the combat sections, but they were always like, okay, let's do combat for 5 minutes. So yeah.
Nice.
Like, it was fairly standard way of beating things. Like, there's not too many different enemy types. I definitely preferred the sort of exploration and platforming to the combat. But it's very good. All the voice acting is good. The music's very cool. Near the end of it, you're clearly like in this sort of New Orleans, but it's like this weird New Orleans where everything's on these like little floating islands, but it gets very jazzy. And yeah, I really liked it. And I also thought it ended at the right spot. Like, it ended, I was like, I'm ready for this game to be over. And then very soon after that, it was like,
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, it knew when to stop. I love that when games do that. Oh, they don't overstay their welcome. That's what I wanted to say.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah. So it was cool. I really especially liked all of the different creatures you find. Like, one of your friends, you find this giant sort of bejeweled catfish, and he's there talking to you and like giving you rides down the river, which is very cool. I also really like the main character. She's sassy, but also just like very like open-minded and empathetic towards every little story that she's finding out about along the way.
Oh, that's nice. Oh, I love that. That's good. Gotta have a good protagonist. Gotta be open-minded. Love that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I
Yay.
liked it a lot.
And it's on Game Pass, I saw. Yay.
It is on Game Pass.
Love that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What else have we played, Pam?
What else have we played? You can take either of these, but
well, all right. So we'll start. Well, I'll do the bad one, and then we'll. Okay, they're both equally bad. This one we didn't even finish. So, sorry. Wednesday night gaming has not been great.
Yeah, we're really kind of scraping the barrel here.
Although I remember you talking about, like, after one of our movie nights, you talked about like a tower defense-y one, or maybe it was like a dungeon one. No, it was like a Enter the Gungeon one you mentioned. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. But I don't remember what you called it. And so we're going to try to figure it out.
I was like way more drunk than I expected to be that night. So I don't remember what I was talking about.
And then we'll definitely go on what Burger's suggestions are for the next game we try. But so we've been playing Perish, which is a first-person shooter roguelite game. Am I saying it right? Roguelite?
Yeah, it's a roguelite. Yeah,
roguelite. Okay. Mm-hmm. I know the difference, but I feel like I always say it wrong, and just to make sure.
That's fine.
Because English is hard. Even though it's my only language, it's fine. So, Perish, you play a being? I don't know. You play this thing that comes back out of a sarcophagus every time that you die. Yeah. And you're in this world of hell that's sort of like a Dio cover album, but honestly not like as cool.
Greek mythology or maybe Roman mythology, like maybe
some mythology,
but
mix of the two. Yeah. You're these beings. You go into the light, into this cavern of light, and that takes you into the land of Elysium, and you have to make it to Elysium. I think it's called Elysium. I'm the only one who sees it. Anyway, whatever. So. And so you have to go through these levels, and you can always go back to your hub after you complete a mission. But if you do, then you have to start all over again. So a road, like, in that aspect. Mm-hmm. And so game is in first-person perspective. Game is 4 players. And it's real fucking janky.
It's so janky.
It's so fucking janky. First off, I'm not a huge fan of first-person perspective to begin with. But with this one, I don't feel like when I am fighting something, and when you start off, you literally have a broken hilt for a fucking sword.
Yeah, you have 0 range. You're just basically smacking things with this hilt.
It
awful.
Sucks. It fucking sucks. Yeah. And I feel like there's no real, like, tactile, or I'm just like,
no, there's no response. There's no, like, weight. Like, it's telling if you've hit something. Like, there's no feel to it other than the enemy dying. Same as when they hit you, there's no, like, tactile feel to it. It's just like, oh, my screen went red and my health bar went down. But
there's even then, like, if I don't look down at my health bar, I have no idea I've actually been hit. And so, since it's also in first-person perspective, shit's popping up behind you and regenerating behind you all the fucking time. So you have no idea, unless somebody dies and can swoop around you and be like, behind you.
Yeah.
No fucking idea. Yeah. So the combat itself, not great. When we upgraded up to guns, that was a bit better. But
it was a huge upgrade, but still.
But it takes so long in order to get any progression. I was like, well, this sucks, because the next level up, I want the fucking shotgun, because we got the shotgun. The shotgun's 5,000 Danake, and I have 200.
Yeah, it seems very poorly balanced. Like, you need to really go through a lot of levels and not die. Like, if you die, you're fucked. Like, you'll maybe get a couple hundred, and things after the first few upgrades cost thousands. And so everyone needs to stay alive in order to, get to any point where you can actually get meaningful upgrades. And in the first, like, I don't know if it's a third. I don't know why I'm saying third. How many different dungeons there are. But like we got through the first boss area and that did okay. And then you start the second area. And the first area, like some of them are super simple. It's like, go light these torches. Okay, you're done. And they're, fairly simple. The second area, it's like, go through this dark maze with a torch. Find these gates. Go through this other maze. And it's just like, why do I need to keep going through all these mazes where I'm fighting like 4 enemies? I'm not getting any Dinake. Like,
it sucked. It absolutely sucked. And they were huge levels. Mm-hmm. Even whenever like you complete the objective, you gotta run your fat ass
so far
all the way back in order to get there. And it's like, and things are still spawning in front of you. So you could easily die after completing the objective. Getting back to the fucking start point in order to go to the next level. Fucking sucks. And I have to mention, I put this down to easy bitch mode and we died all the fucking time.
Yeah, it was just very annoying and it just like looks bad. Like I looked at the reviews and they were kind of middling, which is like, okay, but I mean, you don't see a whole lot since you're in first person, but if you look at another character, they're not animating. Like they don't look like they're swinging their weapons. They don't look like they're getting hit. It's just
it's like this. Like up, down, up, down. There's no like fluidity to anything. The monsters coming at you just look like it's so poorly animated. It's like it makes me think like, what are these fucking reviews like? Is some of these games that bad that people are just like, this is great? I'm like, it's not.
I don't know. It is. I've not enjoyed it. It does say something that the game got like 10 times better once I got a gun, because it was so bad with that stupid broken sword. Like I'm surprised more people don't just like, this sucks, bye, like before they even get an upgrade. Like the onboarding is just like so bad.
It's so bad.
It's
Yeah, so we dropped off of it and we're going to play something else. We're not going to finish that bitch. And I'm sure like we could finish it, like but it would be fucking awful. Like, cuz I can tell just like this is just the second world and I don't know how many worlds there are in this game, but let's say there's 4. And the progression from the first world to the second world and then to the third world, it's going to get stupid. Real fucking stupid. So, no thank you. I'm good.
No thank you. I agree.
What else? What else did we actually complete, Pam?
So the game that we actually completed is called 9 Parchments. I think it's by Frozen Byte, who make the Trine games, which are beautiful games. Those are like side-scrolling puzzle platformers. This one is an isometric wizard game. So you play 4 different wizards. You're looking for these 9 parchments, and every time you get a parchment, you get a new spell to add to your arsenal. So by the end, you have a kind of overwhelming amount of spells. And the thing about this game is that there is friendly fire. Like I feel like we were more of a danger to ourselves than the enemies were. I mean, it would have been pretty mindless if that were not the case. But yeah, you've got all of these things. Like once I got a chain lightning and I was like, wow, a chain lightning, this is cool. And I just like hit an enemy with it and watch my chain lightning just immediately chain onto one of you. It's like, well, tough, I guess. Like, what am I going to do? Not cast chain lightning? Like,
sometimes I gotta cast chain lightning, so y'all are gonna have to die.
Everything applied to everyone. So if you put a heal down and an enemy walks through their heal, they got healed.
Them. Yeah. Yes. It was fucking awful.
I actually had a decent enough time with the game. Like, I don't think it was great, but I thought it was all right.
Honestly, this is one of the few instances where, like you said, like if there was no friendly fire, it would be boring as fucking fuck. Now, are some of the enemies absolutely ridiculous and
I hate anything with a shield.
Fucking they'd put 7 shield spawn enemies at you, and you're just like, well, fuck you. And then the camera would not track on you. It would just sort of track in the middle of everybody.
Yeah, because the camera is a sort of shared camera.
Yeah. Fuck
so
a shared camera.
But so everyone's kind of had their own different spells. I liked the variety of spells because there was like, lightning, dark, healing, fire, ice. So, you could change spells. It did get a little cumbersome once you got a certain amount of spells to like bumper through your different ones to find it. And you did have a mana bar for each spell individually, so you can't just like spam one spell forever. You have to switch them up as you go. But it was a very pretty game. There was, little collectibles here and there, so there was reason to try to explore the levels. I still don't know what those
collectibles got us, though. Like, we were trying to find all the feathers. I feel like that didn't get us anything. You know what I mean?
I think eventually it would be like you've opened a new character or you've opened a new staff or whatever. But yeah, I thought it was all right. It was kind of fun how hectic it was.
It was. It was fun how hectic it was. And I was very surprised at myself because I am the friendly fire bitch. Like, I kill all of you all the time. And I usually had the least amount of friendly fire, so I was like,
"That's true." You were doing a lot of healing.
I healed everybody though.
A lot. Yeah, I felt like I didn't die as much, but I killed
you did great.
A lot.
Yeah, we would all be dead, and Pam would just do laps around circles because that's how you would do it. In order to regen somebody, you'd have to stand in their circle. So Pam would do laps and get a little bit more as she ran around, got back a little bit more.
Because of the friendly fire, sometimes that's when it was easiest, if all of your friends were dead and you didn't have to worry about them.
I don't need you. Die.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was not great, but it was like still enjoyable enough for us to finish it.
I liked it enough to finish it.
That itself was good. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Right, I think that's it for video games. I have no pickups, but I'm sure you do.
I need to move my mic a little bit, so I'm going to go over.
Got a stack.
So I've got a huge stack of vinyl here, like ridiculous. Michelle's been out of control lately. And I'm only going to get more out of control because there's some pre-orders out there. First things first. I have them.
It's funny because I've seen you say in the Discord like multiple times, I'm trying to just order things I've played.
Yeah, no. I don't know what I'm doing with my life, Pam. It's tough. So this is Monowave, which is gorgeous. This is like a lo-fi version of Secret of Mana. I have Esperwave, which is the Final Fantasy VI version of this one. And look how gorgeous that is. That's like beautiful art.
That is very pretty.
And so I'm pretty sure this vinyl, actually, I know this vinyl is like a fun color or whatever. I won't open all these because it's out of control. But like this is like yellow and splashy.
Oh,
and
so pretty.
So pretty.
Like a sunburst.
It's like a sunburst, yes. So love this. And I love Secret of Mana music. It's actually my alarm clock in the morning. And it cycles through all of the Secret of Mana music. So sometimes, you've played Secret of Mana, right?
No.
No? Okay. There's this one dungeon that's like the ghost dungeon, and it has the worst fucking music. Horrifying. It's like, it gives me fucking nightmares. And sometimes it cycles through to be my alarm clock, and I wake up going, oh my fucking God. Like, I'll play a clip of it, of what it is. It's like these bells, and it's haunting, and it's fucking awful. I hate it, but I love Secret of Mana music. So we got that going for us. Next, sorry, I don't want to crease that. I got Sonic. Okay, this is definitely an instance where I don't give a shit about Sonic. Right.
Dylan won't stop talking about Sonic. I don't care.
I don't care. I don't care. I remember as a kid, like going to my friend's place, actually my mom's friends, but she had kids that were the same age as me, and they had a Sega Genesis. It's like, oh, we're going to go play Sega games. We're going to go play Mortal Kombat and Sonic when I go over there. So that's the only time I ever played Sonic, and I was like, this kind of sucks. Like, with the second you would, like, hit a wall and you stop your momentum, like, fuck.
Yeah.
Sucks. Fuck you. But so I put this on. Music's fucking banging. Like,
yeah.
The music's real good, so I ain't mad at it. So I got it. Of course, I have to get it. I've started, like, you can sort of see it here. So this is part of a group. And every time you order from this group, you get, like, in order for, like, to pad the packaging, they always put, like, a cover like this into the packaging. So every time they do, I just frame it and put up on a wall. So I have a lot of, like, Zelda of Ocarina of Time, like, stuff. But this one I got this splatter.
Oh.
Which is fun.
That's kind of ugly.
It's the one my sister wanted.
Oh, okay.
I know. I wanted the other one, but she's like, I like that one. I was like, okay, fine. Whatever. The next bit, I got 3. All right.
Oh.
I haven't even opened. I got Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, and Dark Souls 3. Of course, gotta get the thumbs up, boy, because that's cool. And then, oh shit. Dark Souls 2 was actually the one that was on sale. It was like $15. I was like, okay, yes.
Oh, that's not
like,
bad.
No, not at all. And so these ones are all different colors. The Dark Souls one, because it's open, I was the only one I'll show, is like this gray, which is fine.
Okay.
That's simple. But yeah, so I'm like my fucking sister now. I have to get everything from FromSoft. Apparently in vinyl version, because she has a collection of almost every single FromSoft game, and that includes things like Echo Knight and weird shit. So yeah, now I'm on a mission to get every vinyl of FromSoft, because apparently I also just pre-ordered Elden Ring DLC vinyl.
I saw that one.
You fucking idiot. But yeah, so Michelle's got way too much vinyl of Dark Souls, which honestly, the music is not great. I'm gonna be real. It's not great. It's just background noise. So it's like, but the art, look at this shit.
The art's beautiful. Like, all I can, honestly, I remember the Elden Ring, like, menu music, which is amazing, but I can't remember any other actual music from Elden Ring.
Like, look at this fucking shit. Like, I'll buy this for this, even though I'm never going to really open it like that and display it like that, but it's fine. Yeah, Elden Ring, there was the one song. Dark Souls, I can't remember a fucking song at all.
Yeah.
They're not like and I love how they advertise it too, especially like the Elden Ring thing that I just pre-ordered. They're like 30 epically memorable tracks. I'm like,
are they?
You sure about that, Bubs? Yeah? Okay. No, you sucked me in, because obviously I've already paid for it, but fuck you, they're not memorable. I'm here for the art. So it's fine. Michelle's only a little out of control, but you know, you gotta do what makes you happy.
Yeah.
This makes me happy. I did just get a vinyl player. I was at a store. I gotta tell this story. So I'm at my favorite vinyl shop or record player shop, and the owner is there. And I was like, hey, owner. As like, he recognized me because I bought speakers from him about a year ago. And he's like, oh, hey, it's good to see you. And I noted, my dad was with me, and he noticed a Techniques 1900, SL Techniques 1900 in the store. And he's like, Michelle, he walked out of the store because he was leaving. He's like, Michelle, go ask him about the thing. So I literally walked out into the parking lot, flagging him down. I was like, excuse me, like a crazy person. I was like, what about this, like, a record player that's for sale? And he's like, oh, the one in the corner? I was like, yeah. And he's like, well, I'll just give that to you. Hold on. And he just runs inside, and he's like, hey, so this is it. It just needs a little bit of work. But here, do you want it? I was like, yes.
Nice.
Free? Fuck yeah, free. And because it's honestly probably because he recognized me and I bought shit from him before, and I do spend a fuck ton of money every time I go in there. So there's that going for me. But yeah, he gave it to me for free, and it's an automatic drive, like really good condition. I went to my guy to go fix it up, and he's going to fix it up in a couple weeks. I'm going to have a new vinyl player. It's going to be great.
Oh, awesome.
Love that for me. So,
That's
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice when you go in there and you're like, you just want it? I'm like, yes, I want it. So now I have to spend at least $100 on random fucking vinyl. It's fine. I know how to play this game. But yeah. But yeah, that's a podcast.
That's a podcast.
That's a podcast.
Yeah, thank you all for listening, watching.
Whatever it is that you do.
Whatever it is you do.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to talk to us, leave us a comment on the YouTube video because that's what we see.
Yep, that's what we see and follow and look at and stuff. I even look at Pam's comments because I love looking at comments of your videos. It's just the best. It's my favorite pastime.
Mm-hmm.
And if you like what you heard here and you want to check out more fun podcasts, please check out polymedianetwork.com for things about movies, about Goosebumps, about video games, about indie video games, about all sorts of fun stuff, especially movies. I feel like movies is probably the biggest theme that we have in our network, but that's fine. But yeah, drink well.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.